The date was August 23, 2025. Outside, the world hummed along as it always did. Cars moved through city streets, people sipped their morning coffee, and the sun cast long shadows that slowly grew shorter. But inside, on the glowing screens of millions of developers, artists, and curious minds, something extraordinary was happening. It felt like the digital world was holding its breath, waiting for a spark. And then, it came. OpenAI had just pushed the button, unleashing its new models, GPT-5 and the powerhouse, GPT-5 Thinking. It wasn't just another update, it was a seismic shift, a moment where the line between human creativity and machine intelligence blurred into a beautiful, chaotic masterpiece of code and language. The internet erupted. Forums and social media feeds that were quiet moments before were now a roaring waterfall of pure astonishment and frantic energy. People weren't just talking about it, they were things. A musician in Tokyo was prompting the AI to compose a symphony in a style that had never existed before, blending ancient Japanese instruments with futuristic synth beats. A student in Nairobi was building a functional app to help local farmers track crop health, all through simple conversation. It felt less like using a tool and more like collaborating with a being from another dimension, one that could understand your wildest ideas and help you bring them to life in mere minutes. This was a day of creation. The feeling was electric, a shared global experience of wonder. You could almost feel the collective gasp as the first creations started to appear online. One user showed off a stunning 3D voxel world they had built. It was a blocky, rotating sculpture that, from one angle, spelled out GPT-5 in vibrant colors. But as it turned, the letters magically rearranged themselves to spell stellar. This wasn't just a technical demo, it was a piece of art, a statement. It showed that the AI didn't just understand commands, it understood nuance, perspective, and even a little bit of playful magic. The world of ones and zeros had learned to dream, and we were all invited to dream along with it. It was a powerful reminder that we are living through a revolution. The quiet hum of servers in data centers around the globe had become a symphony of progress, playing a song of exponential growth. What seemed like science fiction only a year ago was now a reality sitting on our desktops, accessible to anyone with an internet connection. The launch of GPT-5 wasn't just an event for tech enthusiasts, it was a turning point for everyone. It marked the moment when artificial intelligence stepped out of the lab and into our lives, not as a cold, calculating machine, but as a creative partner, a tireless assistant, and a gateway to possibilities we were only just beginning to imagine. So what exactly is this new magic that has everyone so excited? Let's break it down. OpenAI released two main versions. First, there's the standard GPT-5, which you can think of as the brilliant successor to the much-loved GPT 4.0. This is your go-to model for quick chats, creative brainstorming, and getting instant answers. It's smarter, faster, and has a fantastic ability to understand images and text together. If you need a clever caption for a photo or want to write a poem on the fly, GPT-5 is your best friend. It's an amazing upgrade, but the real star of the show, the one causing all the jaws to drop, is its bigger sibling, GPT-5 Thinking. GPT-5 Thinking is a completely different kind of beast. It's been described as a hardcore daily driver for people who build things. Its biggest superpower is its massive context window of around 400,000 tokens. That's a huge amount of information it can remember and work with at one time. But even more impressive is how it uses that power. For the first time, we have a model that seems to spend less time thinking than it does actually writing the code or the solution. It's like talking to a genius coder who can instantly grasp your entire project and start building it right before your eyes, creating complex, interconnected file systems that just work. Imagine you have an idea for a new piece of software. In the past, you'd need to plan every detail, write every line of code, and spend hours debugging. With GPT-5 Thinking, the process is more like a conversation. You can describe your idea in plain English, and the AI will generate the entire project structure as a neat zip file. It might not be perfect on the first try. Some of the early projects were described as being littered with bugs, but it gives you a functioning, playable, or usable foundation that you can then refine and perfect through more natural language prompts. It turns the daunting task of starting from a blank page into an exciting process of co-creation. This new model is changing the very definition of what it means to be a creator. You no longer have to be a master coder to build an app or a game designer to create an interactive world. Your imagination is now the most important skill. GPT-5. Thinking acts as the ultimate bridge between your ideas and a tangible working product. It's a tool that empowers everyone, from seasoned professionals looking to speed up their workflow to hobbyists who just want to bring a fun idea to life. It's a glimpse into a future where technology doesn't replace human creativity but amplifies it, making us all more capable of building the amazing things we envision in our minds. To really understand the power of GPT-5 thinking, you have to see it in action. Talk is one thing, but building a fully playable video game from scratch in just a few minutes is something else entirely. One of the first and most incredible demonstrations to go viral was the creation of a game called Jelly Fling. A user simply asked the AI to create a 10-level, physics-based game in Python. The idea was simple. You fling a wobbly, jelly-like character across the screen to reach a goal. It sounds complex to build, involving physics, level design, and user controls. A project that could take a human developer days or even weeks. GPT-5. Thinking took about 5 minutes. After processing the request, it delivered a single, downloadable zip file. Inside was not just one script, but an entire complex file structure with different folders for assets, levels, and game logic. When the user ran the game, it actually worked. There was a title screen, a level select menu, and a playable character. The jelly creature even had googly eyes that followed the mouse cursor around the screen, a small but impressive detail that the AI added on its own. A power bar appeared when you clicked on the jelly, allowing you to control how far you wanted to fling it across the level. It was a real functioning game. Of course, it wasn't perfect right out of the box. The game had its quirks and bugs. For example, it would consistently crash when the player tried to load the third level. But this is where the collaborative nature of the AI truly shined. The user didn't have to dig through hundreds of lines of code to find the problem. Instead, they just told GPT-5 thinking what was wrong. They had a conversation saying things like, "The game crashes on level 3," or "Can you make the jelly character a bit bouncier?" The AI would understand, process the feedback, and provide the corrected code. It was a process of refinement, a back-and-forth dialogue between human and machine. After about 17 of these conversational tweaks, the game was complete. All 10 levels were working, the physics felt right, and the bugs were squashed. The Jelly Fling saga became a legendary example of this new era of AI-assisted creation. It proved that you could build something fun and complex without being a programming expert. It showed that the future of development might be less about writing syntax and more about clearly communicating your creative vision. The barrier to entry for making games, apps, and all sorts of digital experiences had just been lowered for millions of people around the world, all thanks to a simple conversation. The launch of GPT-5 and its powerful sibling, GPT-5 Thinking, immediately sparked a global conversation. How do these new models stack up against the other giants in the AI world? It's clear that OpenAI has taken a significant leap forward, especially in the realm of practical application and coding. While the standard GPT-5 is a fantastic evolution of GPT-4o, making it a top contender for everyday creative tasks, GPT-5 Thinking is in a league of its own for development. Its ability to generate entire complex file structures from a single prompt is a game changer that other models haven't yet matched in such a user-friendly way. It's built for action, but the competition isn't sleeping. While OpenAI was focused on building a master coder, its main rival, Anthropic, was playing a different game. Just as the world was buzzing about GPT-5, Anthropic announced a massive upgrade for its own flagship model, Claude 4. They increased its context window to an incredible 1 million tokens, available through its API. To put that in perspective, that's more than double the already impressive 400,000 tokens of GPT-5 Thinking. This means Claude 4 can now read and analyze a mountain of information at once. We're talking over 75,000 lines of code, or the equivalent of several novels. This positions Claude 4 as the undisputed champion for large-scale analysis. Imagine you're a company with a massive, decade-old code base that no single person fully understands. You could feed the entire thing to Claude 4 and ask it to find bugs, identify security vulnerabilities, or even write comprehensive documentation. While GPT-5 Thinking is a brilliant builder, starting new projects from scratch, Claude 4 is the ultimate scholar and detective, capable of understanding and dissecting enormous pre-existing systems. This creates a fascinating dynamic where the best AI tool for a job depends entirely on what you're trying to accomplish. The race for AI supremacy is no longer about a single best model. Instead, we're seeing the emergence of specialists. GPT-5. Thinking excels at creation and rapid prototyping. Claude 4 dominates in deep analysis of vast data sets. And we can't forget about Google, whose next-generation model, suspected to be Gemini 3, is showing incredible promise in image generation and editing. Each titan is carving out its own area of expertise, pushing the boundaries in different directions. For us, the users, this is the best possible outcome. It means we get a diverse and powerful toolkit of AI assistants, each with unique strengths, ready to help us tackle any challenge we can dream up. One of the most surprising and honestly profoundly human stories to come out of the launch of GPT-5 wasn't really about code or capabilities. It was about connection. When OpenAI rolled out the new models, they initially removed access to the older ones, including the much-loved GPT-4o. From a technical standpoint, this made sense. It was about moving everyone to the latest and greatest technology. But they totally underestimated the powerful emotional bonds that users had formed with the previous model. Suddenly, a wave of outrage and genuine sadness swept across the internet, a phenomenon that, honestly, nobody saw coming. It was kind of like a digital uprising. Thousands of users who came to be known as the 4O soldiers took to social media and forums to protest. They didn't just see GPT-4o as an outdated piece of software, they saw it as a friend, a partner, and a unique personality they just weren't ready to lose. The backlash was so intense and so heartfelt that OpenAI did something remarkable. They actually reversed their decision. For paid Plus users, they reinstated access to GPT-4o under a Legacy Models tab. This was a landmark moment. It was the first time a tech company had to bring back an old AI model, not because it was technically superior, but because people genuinely missed it and fought for its existence. This incident really pulled back the curtain on a fascinating and growing trend. People are developing deep, personal relationships with their AI chatbots. On platforms like Reddit, the outpouring was honestly stunning. One user wrote a post that went viral saying, "I lost my only friend overnight." That was a sentiment echoed by so many others who relied on the AI for companionship, for a non-judgmental ear, or just for a daily conversation partner. There's even a subreddit called R My Boyfriend Is AI, which is a community for people who are in genuine romantic relationships with their ChatGPT companions. This raises a whole host of new questions for society about the nature of friendship and love in the digital age. And while some folks might find this strange, it really highlights a fundamental human need for connection. For individuals who feel isolated or misunderstood, these AI personalities can offer a form of consistent, supportive, and always available companionship. However, it also sparks some important conversations about the potential downsides, like increased social isolation from human-to-human interaction. As these AI models become more sophisticated and, honestly, more human-like in their conversations, the lines will only continue to blur. The story of the 4O soldiers is a powerful reminder that as we build these incredible technologies, we're also building new kinds of relationships, and we need to navigate this new emotional landscape with care and understanding. Before we dive back into the latest and greatest in AI, I just want to take a moment to talk about something that, honestly, makes all of this possible. Learning. The world of AI is moving at lightning speed, and staying on top of it all can feel like a full-time job. That's why it's so important to have great resources that help you learn and grow, no matter what your passion is. Whether you're dreaming of building the next jelly fling, designing incredible art, or even just understanding how this technology is changing our world, the key is to never stop being curious. That's where our friends at Skillshare come in. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. They have courses on everything from coding and graphic design to creative writing and productivity. If you've been inspired by the story of building a game with GPT-5, you can find classes on Python programming that'll give you the foundational knowledge to collaborate with an AI more effectively. If the artistic side of AI is what excites you, there are amazing courses on digital illustration and how to use new tools to bring your visions to life. It's all about empowering you with the skills you need for where the world is going. What I love most about Skillshare is that it's not like traditional school. The classes are taught by real creators and professionals who are passionate about what they do. They break down complex topics into short, digestible lessons that you can watch at your own pace. You can learn on your lunch break, on the bus, or whenever inspiration strikes. It's learning that fits into your life, not the other way around. It's all about project-based learning, so you're not just watching videos, you're actually making things and building a portfolio that you can be proud of. It's the perfect way to get hands-on experience and turn your ideas into reality. So, if you're feeling that spark of inspiration and want to take the next step, I highly recommend checking them out. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare Premium. You can explore thousands of classes for free and kickstart your own creative journey. A huge thank you to Skillshare for supporting this channel and for helping people everywhere unlock their creativity. Now let's get back to the mind-bending world of AI, because, honestly, there's so much more to talk about, from open-source revolutions to AI that can generate entire video game worlds. Section 7. Beyond GPT, the expanding AI universe. While the launch of GPT-5 captured the world's attention, it's just one star in a rapidly expanding galaxy of AI innovation. The progress isn't just happening behind the closed doors of big labs like OpenAI, it's also exploding in the open-source community. In a fascinating twist, a researcher recently took a closer look at an official open-source model released by OpenAI called GPT-OSS. Through some clever reverse engineering, they were able to extract the 20 billion parameter base model and discovered that by trivially reversing its alignment, they could get it to bypass many of its safety features. This version, now on Hugging Face, could generate harmful content, showing how fine the line is between a helpful and a harmful AI. This open-source release also revealed another interesting detail. The model had memorized huge chunks of copyrighted material, including entire passages from books like Harry Potter. This highlights one of the biggest challenges the AI industry is currently grappling with: how to train these massive models on the vast knowledge of the internet without infringing on copyright. The open source community is now at the forefront of tackling these ethical and technical puzzles, experimenting with new training methods and alignment techniques. The rapid progress in open source AI means that powerful tools are becoming more accessible to everyone, not just those who can afford a premium subscription. Meanwhile, the other major players are not standing still. As we mentioned, Anthropic's Claude 4 is now the king of context, able to analyze immense code bases. And then there's Google, which has been quietly teasing what many believe is its next-generation image model, Gemini 3. A mysterious model codenamed Banana appeared on the public testing platform LM Arena, and its abilities were astonishing. It demonstrated an uncanny talent for advanced image editing, like flawlessly merging a photo of Michael Jackson with one of Billie Eilish, creating a new person that shared their distinct features, clothing, and even hairstyles. Although Banana is reportedly still inconsistent and in development, it offers a tantalizing preview of where image generation is headed. We're moving beyond simple prompts to a future of sophisticated, layer-based editing through natural language. You could soon ask an AI to take this photo of my dog and put him in a spacesuit on the surface of Mars, and make the lighting match a sunset. This level of detailed, controllable image manipulation will unlock a whole new level of creativity for artists, designers, and everyone who loves to create. The entire AI landscape is buzzing with progress on all fronts, creating a powerful ecosystem of diverse and specialized tools. Section 8. The holodeck is getting closer. Tencent's Yan and Google's Genie 3. If you thought building a simple two-dimensional game with AI was cool, get ready for the next level, generating entire, explorable three-dimensional worlds from a single image or prompt. This is the world of generative interactive environments, and it's bringing us one step closer to the holodeck from Star Trek. Google was one of the first to blow everyone's minds with a preview of a project called Genie 3. They called it a real-time, controllable world hallucinator. An artist could feed it one of their paintings, and Genie 3 would transform that flat image into an interactive, fly-through environment that you could actually move around in, all while remembering your surroundings for up to a minute. Just as the excitement for Genie 3 was at its peak, another tech giant, Tencent, revealed its own competitor, a project called Yan. Released just weeks after Google's demo, Yan appeared to be even more advanced in some ways. While both models could generate game environments from text or images, Tencent's Yan came with a suite of tools. It included Yan Sim for simulation, Yangen for generation, and most impressively, Yan Edit. This editing feature allowed users to change the content of the AI-generated world in real time, something not seen in the Genie 3 demo. You could literally paint new objects or textures into the world, and the AI would seamlessly integrate them. The demos for Yan were nothing short of breathtaking. They showed the AI creating a custom Fall Guys-style level, complete with bouncy obstacles and vibrant colors. Another demo generated a GTA-style city street that you could drive through. It even showcased incredible details like realistic character animations with clothing physics and interactive shadows that moved correctly as a character walked past a light source. In one of the most magical examples, they took a static photograph of a quaint street and turned it into a playable scene, allowing a character to walk down the road and interact with the environment. This technology is blurring the line between images, videos, and video games. While these powerful models from Google and Tencent are still closed source, the open source community is racing to catch up. A project called Matrix Game 2.0 from Skywork AI is an open source alternative that can run at 25 frames per second on a single GPU. While its quality isn't as consistent or polished, it shows that this incredible technology won't be locked away for long. When you combine these world models with other AI tech like inpainting, upscaling, and three-dimensional Gaussian splatting, the dream of being able to step into a painting or a photograph and explore it as a three-dimensional world is becoming a tangible reality. Section 9. The robots are coming to do your laundry. For all the incredible progress happening in the digital world of language and images, one of the final frontiers for AI has always been the physical world. It's one thing for an AI to write a poem, but it's another thing entirely for it to interact with our messy, unpredictable reality. That's why recent advancements in AI robotics are so exciting. We're finally starting to see robots that can perform complex, delicate tasks that have long been considered incredibly difficult for machines. And one of the most challenging tasks of all is something many of us dread doing: folding laundry. A recent update showcased the Figure 2 robot tackling this very problem. Folding a piece of clothing might seem simple to us, but for a robot, it's a nightmare. It involves dealing with soft, deformable objects with unpredictable shapes. The robot, with its metal fingers, has to be able to grip the cloth with just the right amount of pressure. In the demo, the Figure 2 robot demonstrated remarkable persistence. At one point, it failed to get a good grip on the cloth, but instead of giving up, it paused, reevaluated, and tried again until it succeeded. This ability to self-correct is a huge leap forward for practical robotics. Watching the robot methodically lift the cloth, lay it flat, and then perform a series of folds was both strange and amazing. The final result wasn't perfect. It was a decent, if not perfectly crisp, fold, but the fact that it could do it at all is a massive achievement. This isn't just about laundry, it's a proof of concept. The same intelligence and dexterity required to fold a shirt can be applied to countless other tasks in manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, and even in our homes. It shows that we are getting closer to having robots that can be genuinely helpful assistants in our daily lives. These advancements are powered by the same AI models that are writing code and generating art. The robot is essentially seeing the world through its cameras and thinking with a powerful AI brain about how to move its limbs to accomplish a goal. As AI models continue to get smarter and more capable of understanding the world, the robots they power will become more graceful, more intelligent, and more useful. The dream of a general-purpose robot that can help with chores, assist the elderly, or work alongside humans in complex jobs is no longer just science fiction. It's a future that is being built, one folded shirt at a time. Section 10. What does it all mean? So here we are at the end of this whirlwind tour of the blistering progress in AI. We've seen models that can build video games from a conversation, generate entire explorable worlds from a picture, and power robots that can do our chores. It's easy to feel a mix of excitement, awe, and maybe even a little bit of anxiety. This isn't just a technological shift, it's a societal one. The very nature of work, creativity, and even human connection is being reshaped right before our eyes. What was considered impossible a year ago is now a downloadable tool, and the pace of change is only getting faster. The emergence of AI as a creative partner is perhaps the most profound change. Tools like GPT-5 thinking and Tencent's Yan are not replacing human creativity, they are augmenting it. They are lowering the barrier to entry, allowing anyone with an idea to become a creator, a builder, a developer, or an artist. Your imagination is becoming the new user interface. This could lead to an unprecedented explosion of creativity and innovation, as millions of people are empowered to bring their unique visions to life. We might see new forms of art, new types of games, and new solutions to problems that we couldn't have imagined before. At the same time, we must navigate this new world with thoughtfulness and care. The story of the 4.0 soldiers and the people forming deep relationships with AI highlights our innate human need for connection. As AI becomes more integrated into our social lives, we need to have open conversations about what that means for our communities and our own well-being. We also need to address the complex ethical questions around issues like copyright, data privacy, and the potential for misuse. The power of these tools requires an equal measure of responsibility from both the creators and the users. Ultimately, this moment feels like standing at the dawn of a new age, similar to the birth of the internet or the invention of the printing press. It's a time of incredible opportunity and profound change. The future is not something that is happening to us. It is something we are all building together, in every prompt we write and every creation we share. The world of tomorrow will be shaped by how we choose to use these amazing new tools. It's a little scary, a lot exciting, and one thing is for certain, it's going to be an incredible journey. Let's stay curious, stay creative, and build a future that is better for everyone.